What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new StarCraft video, so let's get into it. Guys, this video isn't going to come as news to many of you. However, I wanted to make this video nonetheless because I have not given you guys my opinion on this particular story that was released by Kotaku and was an article that was written by Jason Schreier over there. So let's get into it. So sources, Blizzard cancels StarCraft first-person shooter to focus on Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2. So right off the bat, guys, Blizzard has canceled a StarCraft first-person shooter. For those of you who don't know that has officially happened, that they did cancel a StarCraft first-person shooter. And this isn't the first time that they did cancel a StarCraft shooter. In the past, they also made a game called StarCraft Ghost, which was supposed to be released, and then it was canceled in 2006 after it had been announced that it was being developed in 2002. So once again, another StarCraft shooter game that has been canceled. If we go into the article, it reads, Blizzard has canceled a StarCraft first-person shooter that had been in development for the past 2 years, according to 3 people familiar with going-ons at the studio. The main reason, Blizzard told staff, was to put more resources into the Diablo and Overwatch franchises. The project, which was codenamed Ares, was described to be as like Battlefield in the StarCraft universe by one of those people, all of whom spoke anonymously because they were not authorized to talk about the project. The team had built prototypes in which the player as a Terran Marine could gun down Zerg aliens, and there were plans to experiment with playable Zerg as well. Although one person who saw builds of the game last year told me that it seemed like development progress was slow. A second said it came as a massive shock when Blizzard canceled it a couple of weeks ago. A third person said it was looking quite good. And so, guys, the article continues onward, but I wanted to kind of just like take a small chunk of it from what Jason Schreier wrote. And so, guys, this is a really unfortunate ordeal that Blizzard decided to cancel this game. And I'm thinking that it actually wasn't Blizzard. It was more the executives over at Activision that decided to scrap the StarCraft shooter game. But once again, guys, I will say this, and I've been saying this for a while, is that StarCraft 3 needs to be echoed into existence. It needs to be something that the community really wants, because I feel that, obviously, Blizzard is getting pressure, obviously, for Diablo, seeing as how they had issues with, of course, the announcement of Diablo Immortal last BlizzCon, so that there's a lot of pressure there. And then Overwatch, which, of course, is now one of their hottest IPs, they want to continue that story or continue building that franchise. And so it's really no surprise to me that they did this. However, it will, as we move into the latter part of this where Blizzard made a statement, we will talk about what the future of StarCraft could be, because not all is doom and gloom, in my opinion, with this article. Blizzard went ahead and wrote, "We don't generally comment on unannounced projects, but we will say the following. We always have people working on different ideas behind the scenes, including on multiple projects right now. But the reason we tend not to discuss them publicly is because anything can happen over the course of development. As has been the case at Blizzard numerous times in the past, there is always the possibility that we'll make the decision to not move forward on a given project. Announcing something before we feel it's ready stands the risk of creating a lot of frustration and disappointment, both for our players and us, not to mention distraction and added pressure for our development teams." It continues, "We pour our hearts and souls into this work, and as players ourselves, we know how exciting it can be to see and know with certainty that a new project is coming. Knowing that changes or disappointments can happen doesn't make it any less painful when we have to shelve a project or when an announcement doesn't go as planned. We always make decisions about these things regardless of the ultimate outcome or how things might be interpreted, based on our values, what we believe makes sense for Blizzard, and what we hope our players will enjoy the most. The work that goes into these projects, whether they ship or not, is extraordinarily valuable. It often leads to great things and helps foster a culture of experimentation here. With all that said, we're very much looking forward to revealing other things we're working on when the time is right." So with that being said, I'm really going to eye in, guys, on that last sentence. With all that said, we're very much looking forward to revealing other things we're working on when the time is right. So obviously that could mean Diablo 4, that could mean Overwatch 2, could mean Warcraft 4, it could mean other things, guys, but I don't think all is doom and gloom for StarCraft. Here's why. StarCraft is a proven franchise, guys, and this just shows you that they have been working on things. Sure, they may scratch something here or there, but they are still working on StarCraft. It might not be something that we'll ever play, but they are still working on this. They know this is a valuable franchise, so this should give you some hope as to the future of StarCraft. Sure, it may be shelved for a couple of years, but guess what? Most likely we will see something in the next few years for a StarCraft 3, possibly a StarCraft shooter, a StarCraft mobile game. I am not that concerned about it at this very point because it just shows that they've been working on a StarCraft project for a couple of years, and it looks like they're just having added pressure from the higher-ups in Activision to continue the production of Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let's have a real conversation about this, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.